coming live and strong. Empowering entrepreneurs where you belong. Grow your brand, lead the way. On Fired Up Fridays, we light up the day. Fired Up Fridays, feel the heat. Earn your worth, no retreat. Build your tribe, make it right. With Chris and Lorri, we ignite. Online presence, stand up tall. Organic marketing, we cover it all. Engage communities, connection deep. We're Fired Up Friday, success you'll reap. Fired Up Fridays, feel the heat. Earn your worth, no retreat. Build your tribe, make it right. With Chris and Lorri, we ignite. Online presence, stand up tall. Organic marketing, we cover it all. Engage communities, connection deep. With Fired Up Fridays, success you'll reap. Fired Up Fridays, feel the heat. Earn your worth, no retreat. Build your tribe, make it right. With Chris and Lorri, we ignite. Fired Up Fridays, feel the heat, earn your worth, no retreat. Build your tribe, make it right. With Chris and Lorri, we ignite.
All right, what's going on, everybody? How are you? Good morning, and welcome to Fired Up Friday with Chris and Lorri. Looks like Lorri might be frozen there. Lorri, are you frozen? I think Lori's frozen.
I'm frozen.
Oh,
Here I am.
There you are.
I'm
You're
here.
back. You're back.
I was like, the song ended, and I was
unfrozen.
like,
I was like, you're just staring. I'm like, why are you just staring? But there you are.
And I was like, oh, please let me not have like one of those weird faces.
you are unfrozen. You're unfrozen. Looks like
Yay. Well, my stream is having a hard time sending to LinkedIn, so I might have gone.
maybe
I don't know if I'm streaming. So
you are streaming. I see you. I hear you. Oh,
Okay.
you're saying to LinkedIn?
on my LinkedIn or my Facebook, I don't know.
I don't see it. I see your
Okay.
Facebook, but I do not see your LinkedIn. I think
Oh.
you may have lost the stream on LinkedIn.
Sadness. All right. Well.
Much sadness. It's all right.
It's all right.
Oh well,
Oh well. They will just have to tune in later.
they will. They'll have to watch the replay. So hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Fridays with me, Chris, and my awesome co-host,
Lorri.
Lorri. I love listening to that. Every week I laugh with that song. Every week it comes on and it rocks, and the lyrics just crack me up. But it's hilarious.
So I have to say, we had a birthday party yesterday for my youngest, and my mom was over, and she's like, "I see you're doing that something Friday with Chris. Like, tell me more about that." I was like, "My mom watches us."
Look at that! I love it. Lori's mom, number one
What's up,
fan.
Mom?
What's up, Lori's mom? Thanks for watching Fired Up Friday. Well, I hope everybody's been having a great week in the group and all around. If you're not in our group, you see the little scroll here. But if you want to join our Creative Marketing Corner, our Facebook group, which is our free organic marketing group, come on in. We'd love to have you in. If you need the link, hit me up, hit Lori up, and we'll send you the link. We'll get you into the group. It's fun. We're talking about all things organic marketing, personal branding, relationship development, sales, networking, all the key components you need to have a very successul business.
Yes.
Mindset is another big one.
Oh
So
my gosh, right?
we talk about it all. It's one big soup.
Mom big soup. It's all, well, that's because it's like there's no work-life balance. It's like just making it all a
Yeah.
part of this human experience. So
Right.
that's how we get, all talking about all the things.
We're talking about all the things. And as you can see, I swap our logo in and out now. So I have the Fired Up Friday logo up in the right-hand corner, and I have our Gorilla Rock logo.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right,
Yes.
rock and roll. And so for everybody, real quick, what is Gorilla Rock? Well, Gorilla Rock is the name that Lorri and I came up with, really easy to mishmash our two companies together and collaborate under. So Lorri is, of course, Gorilla GTM. What does GTM stand for, Lorri?
It stands for a lot of things. Go to market, meaning when you're taking your product to market. It also can be, I actually had somebody who was like growth, transformation, and mindset. And I was like, ooh, that's a good one.
I could give this one a.
Right?
I like that.
So I was like, it was an interesting conversation. There might,
Yeah.
me, there might be something that all of a sudden there's a new brand.
There's a new brand. Holy, that's great. I love that. Yeah, so
we do it for my newsletter, Lorri's GTM.
Lorri's GTM newsletter. And so we took Lorri's brand company name and mine, which is Rocket Growth Agency, and we made it Gorilla Rock. Yes. Coming at you live. That's right. Yeah, no. So Gorilla Rock is the brand that we're collaborating under. So that's what we're doing Fired Up Fridays under. And we've got so much cool stuff happening now.
Yes.
It's awesome. Yeah. Individually, we have great stuff going on, but together we're collaborating on some really cool stuff. One of them being is that we are launching a cohort together called the Bootstrap Boot Camp.
Bootstrap Boot Camp. For everybody, we have been in the world of capital raising, and it's been a really interesting time where we find ourselves in capital raising conversations talking about more marketing. And I think that with the landscape changing and borrowing money and all the things happening in the economy, customer capital, meaning finding those customers and having them pay you,
social capital,
is an incredibly important thing for a business, regardless of whether you are raising funds. You need customers. It's kind of one of those like aha moments.
It is one of those aha moments.
You can't just borrow money from investors and not pay it back. And how are you going to pay it back? By having customers pay you to pay your investors. So
you see how that works?
We decided to do a Bootstrap Boot Camp because even if you are thinking about raising money for your company, you probably don't need to raise yet. Most of the companies we've talked to over the last year, some of them absolutely 100% do need to raise funds. And raising funds means you're going to scale. You are looking to exit or to have a merge. You are a startup who absolutely needs funds, but you haven't tried everything yet, and you don't need funds yet. And so bootstrapping for as long as possible, so then you can go in and you can have negotiation power to be able to have those conversations as well. So because I've talked to a few people who are like, well, I need to raise funds. And I'm like, but do you though?
But do you?
Let's bootstrap for as long as we possibly can. Let's get those customers. And then there have been 3 companies I talked to this past year who they started doing that. And then they were like, oh wait, I don't need to actually, we actually had a client just this last week who was like, I actually realized I'm talking to customers. I have a big deal that just we are in negotiations, and I realized I don't actually need to raise funds this go around. And so, small business owners, entrepreneurs, startups, founders, let's get your traction. Let's get your branding, your messaging. Let's find you customers. Let's get your paychecks rocking and rolling. And that's the Bootstrap Boot Camp.
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually wherever you're watching us, hopefully
not on my channels. Apparently, it was just sad.
No, not on your channels, but on my channels.
Eventually, I will put it in my channels.
I did put it in the link in the comments. So if you guys check the comments, there's a link to our one sheet for Bootstrap Boot Camp that really breaks it down, tells you what you're getting, shows you what you're getting, shows you the investment, all that. So take a look at that if you would be so interested. Do that, and then of course DM us or email us, whatever, if you got any more questions. It should be on all the channels, so you should be able to get access to it. If you don't see it, definitely reach out to Lorri and I, and we will send it over to you guys so you can check it out. And we can also set up a free 15-minute call with the both of us to answer all your questions, concerns, anything about it when it comes to Bootstrap Boot Camp. So we'd love to see you there. It starts December 2nd.
Yep.
So you want to get in now.
Special bonuses for those who are the founding members of our boot camp.
That's right.
Special bonuses, special pricings, just because you're helping us build something that we feel we have validated is needed, but we want to get your feedback on how to continually improve. So make sure you talk to us now. Prices go up at night. I hate, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever be like, prices go up. No, don't do that. Always value add, never. Okay, well, I would say I'm not a fan of discounting. Always value add. So there are always value bonuses that you have, and then you put a timeline of when those go away. Right. I mean, okay, you can be, there are places, I guess, like Black Friday sales. We all know they raise prices up, and then they do. So
they absolutely do.
Personal branding.
Well, hold on before we do that. Well, I guess this does tie in because
I would say because we are creating a new brand with our two personas.
Right. But I do want to announce, because we are talking about personal branding. And so Lorri made a really big announcement, and I do want to I think I'm lost. So Lorri Lorri is launching a podcast, which is something I've been all over her about for the last year.
It's true.
And it's happening. So this ties in because we're going to talk personal branding, and Lorri is taking action, and she's personally branding herself by starting a podcast. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this video real quick, guys.
Okay.
So let me get.
I'm going to share thoughts from my endurance runs, like, oh crap, what I get myself into, and wait, I think I'm lost again. Also, where did I put the snacks? Which, ironically, are the same thoughts entrepreneurs have on their journey as well. I'm going to share the highs and the lows, and then me and the guests I have on the show, we're going to be talking about what it takes, the mindset it takes for entrepreneurs to keep moving one foot in front of the other. So grab your shoes, hit the ground running. Oh, and don't forget your ear pods so you can listen to this on whichever station you love listening to your favorite podcasts. We got this.
Yeah.
Welcome to Thinking on...
Thinking on my feet, man.
Yep. Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Up and doing it. And so one of the things that has been stopping me was, okay, how do I do this? Is it going to be very formal? Is it going to be like this sort of thing? And honestly, like all of that has kept me from actually just doing it. And so I was like, no, you know what? Like, I'm going to just be on my phone right now. Like, I'm just going to do that. And then talking to people, we're FaceTiming. And so we're doing it like that. And I say podcast, I'll see how to get it up on podcast. The main thing is just shooting the video, getting it done, getting it up there, getting it on YouTube, building my, warming up my YouTube channel. But yeah, and it's going to be, there's going to be no makeup, no fancy anything. It's just me out in my
out in the mountains.
Because I even had a thought this morning when I was in my garage working out, because I was like, I'm not out there running. Is there a video I can do? And it's like, absolutely, because sometimes it's not about
that's right
being out there running. And I had another thought. I always comparing it to the entrepreneurial journey. So there you go. If you're in my Instagram stories, you've heard so much about it, but it's officially becoming official. So
it's officially becoming official. Yeah. So
I actually own the URL. I was surprised that was available. So
I thought every URL was taken at this point. like Gorilla Rock.
Yes.
Apparently it's taken.
There is a it's not even a band, it's a song. Gorilla Rock is a song or a type of song, I don't know. So Thinking on My Feet, I'm going to be interviewing entrepreneurs. One is going to be thinking on their feet. I'm going to have rapid fire kind of questions for them to answer. The other idea though is that we're going to be talking about the entrepreneurial mindset and the long-term mindset you need in the entrepreneurial journey to keep taking one step in front of the other, even when things get hard. So there you go. It kind of combines all my loves: entrepreneur, endurance running, and mindset. So
I absolutely love it. No, this is great. Congratulations. I'm going to
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm
you're
finally
so
getting this
proud.
I am so proud. I was so proud when you sent me that video, and even though it was late by the time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, look at this! She's finally doing it. I love it. She's dropping a hammer and she's doing it." No, I am. I'm super proud of you, and good job to you. And then you also got all over me this week. I'm gonna give the credit to you and my wife, my amazing wife, who
Love Rachel.
both
Yes.
dropped the gauntlet on me and said, "Chris, you need to get your course out there. You need to make it happen. You're how to market yourself like a band."
I remember you talking to your wife all the time, but like, it's just easy. It's just easy. And then I was sitting back going, well, why don't you have yours?
Because I'm a big hypocrite sometimes. And but you guys called me out on my, I'm just gonna swear, you guys called me out on my shit this week, and you guys made me do it. Well, not made me, I wanted to do it. It's just but the procrastination, like you were just talking about with your podcast, and I've done it, so I'm working on it. My deadline is by Sunday. I'm gonna have all my videos done, but the how to market yourself like a band mini course, whatever, it is happening. It's coming out. I'm getting it done this weekend.
Yep.
It'll be up for sale, all that stuff very soon. But it
has to be,
finally
because I'm getting on a call with him on Monday, and we're gonna actually get it uploaded to the website to be. So he has to have you. You have to have it done.
I have to have it done because we're uploading it.
Otherwise, I'm hanging up on you on that call.
And believe me, guys, she will. She'll be like, "It's not done.
It's not done.
Click.
Go do it."
Yeah. Lorri, is this? Yeah, no, it's seriously, it's getting done, and I have you and my wife to thank for really calling me out and holding me accountable and making it happen. So it is happening, guys. So listen, all this great stuff is going on, and this all leads into a lot of what we're going to talk about, and what Lorri was going to bring up is the personal branding aspect. You guys have probably heard so much about personal branding, especially during lockdown and everything like that. And everybody's got a personal brand. And it's like, it's not that everybody already has a personal brand. You already had it. It's just, it's become a little bit more of a mainstream, I think, vernacular at this point, where what's nice is that everybody's starting to focus on it and realize it and wake up and go, wow, I have a personal brand.
Yeah.
And everybody has one. Everybody has one. Whether you think it or not, you've got one. You've already got it. Yeah. Now you just got to cultivate it and massage it and like give yourself the space and the freedom to like be yourself and be completely authentic.
Absolutely. And there's two thoughts I had this morning about that because of different conversations I've had this week. Number one was like, well, how personal do I get? Like, I want to make sure I stay on track because I'm working with an excellent question. I'm working with a paralegal firm. And they're like attorneys and legal people. And they're like, we can't like just show up and be silly. And I was like, well, why not though? Like, no, you don't want to be unprofessional, but why can't you be personable?
Right.
Why can't you have the faces of each person in the office and people get to know that person and connect with people on a human level? I actually had a call with a person, a branding expert this past week, and they were like, well, I don't know that you need like all the other stuff like endurance running and all the mom stuff. Like, not that you aren't it and you can post about it, but I don't know that you would like put that as one of the things you lead with. And I was like, do you know how many people connect with me because of my endurance running? Like, I have so many people who love nature in my network,
right,
that I am doing business with and have a chance to talk to or refer business to because we're Insta buddies if you love nature.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how many times people have bonded over with me for Star Wars talk and like hardcore metal, punk, music, just music in general, and movies. Like that stuff has broken down walls and created more business conversations than anything that I've ever really done.
Yeah.
I mean, hands down.
And thinking about like how it really does work with you and I mean, because I've been doing like this has been my like go-to sign off signature forever. So the fingers have always been like, we got this. And so when I saw your Rocket Growth Agency, I was like, this is serendipitous, first of all. But like, yeah, we're going to show up and we're going to get stuff done and we're going to help you market and we're going to get you clients. We're going to get you customers. We're going to build your revenue. But it doesn't mean we can't have fun doing it. Right. And this is how, like, you and I show up and how we show up here on Fridays. Like, if you have a console call with us, like, this is how we are. Like you said, and that's why I'm going to reference your post. Marketing can be fun. Marketing can and should be part of who you are and bring all of that to the table so that way then it is fun and you are feeling natural and comfortable. It doesn't mean that you're not professional and you're not getting stuff done, but like bring your whole self to your brand and your company.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I guess you're referring to
There's you okay,
this
and that's where like kudos to you because you're like, hey, I'm putting stuff together, like I'm actually like embracing and there have been some fantastic like photos. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean these are all great. This is from Jersey Fest, but yeah, well, look at this picture of us. And I'm like, look how much thinner I am now. So yeah, I'm trying to find the one post. Oh yeah, here it is.
There it is.
So my friend Ash, I'll just guys give you the quick backstory on this. So I did when I first started. Oh, now it went away again because I clicked on it. When I first started Rocket, after I had sold Gray Sky to my business partner, I was like, you know what? I've never really, it's been a long time since I've done any kind of photo shoots or anything. And I want, like everything else, I want to do them like a band and feel like I'm in my band. And I just want to be 1,000% me, like, and have fun and whatever. And we did, and we had a ton of fun. We did a really great shoot. We went outside. We went over to the Stanhope House, which is a great place where they do a ton of shows. And I was going, and I had forgotten about how many pictures we did. And I mean, dude, when I guys tell you, there's so many more. There's so many more. But this was like literally, I just was like, let me go through some of these pictures, and I found some of these pictures and some of the outtakes and stuff I hadn't used. And it's just like literally like, I bought some different outfits. It's like, I'm putting like cheesy, maybe, who cares?
Yeah.
This is me. Like we're literally just having fun and like nerding out and like just completely laughing, like me jumping and stuff like that.
Okay, so look at the likes. Look at the impressions.
I know. Yeah. So let's go right there.
Like, there you go. Like, if you're struggling to get people to connect with you, look at the content you're putting out. Is it all like the how-tos and the educational is absolutely needed, but are you showing up as you?
Yeah.
That's right there. Like, I'm like fantastic. I have people who aren't getting even 200 views. And you could say, well, that doesn't like, did it bring any leads? It's not business. Like, it is business because you are you, and they're going to be doing business with you. And those are, what is it? 56 people that you can now reach out to and be like, hey, thanks so much for the support on my LinkedIn post. How can I support you? How can I like, that is a way to create conversations by showing up as you. And now you're going to know that you've got something in common because they liked your photo and there was something there that triggered that action. And you don't have to pretend to be anybody in front of any of those people who just engage with that photo.
No, 100%. And that was that. And then I found another, like, because I've been going through those photos again and seeing what is out there. Yeah. And then I found this photo.
Yes.
I was like, I forgot we even did these. And they're just me, like, literally clowning around trying to be like hardcore, like old school, like hardcore photos. And I'm like, I'm like, oh my God, please. I'm like, I'm looking at myself now and I'm like, oh my God, my knees are like killing me in that. But I, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to put it out there again. And I've got these fun photos and let me just put it out and do the same thing. And I did this 2 days ago as of this recording. And the whole thing was all about, organic marketing and building engaged community. And I did this little ROI checklist, which is in the group from last week. Remember, we were talking about it. We put it in there. It's in there. It's in our group. You can download it. And here, if you're on LinkedIn and all that or wherever, if you guys want it, just let me know. Hit me up. Happy to send it over to you. But that's what this whole post was about. But yeah, I'm reusing a lot. I'm finding these photos that I had taken that were like, I won't call them rejects. They just forgot them and I just didn't use them. I kind of gravitated towards the ones that I use in a lot of my marketing. And I'm like, oh my God, what about all these? And so here I am using them. Why not?
And I'll say, like, there's some people who are like, oh, but again, we have to be very professional, and gone are the days that people are doing business with logos. They just are not doing business with logos. They're doing business with people. And you can show up. And I would say, even if you have to be professional, like, put on that, the business suit kind of thing, but then smile and take a picture of yourself walking to your next meeting and then share some thoughts about what you love about what you do. and that, it doesn't have to be, jumping in the air with a guitar, sort of deal. But like, people want to get to know you and who they're doing business with. And so the personal branding is incredibly important to not forget about the personality that you have. That, again, we talk all the time to founders who are trying to pitch to investors, and the same thing goes for entrepreneurs and small business owners, where it's like, you can have a business that is exactly the same, like organic marketing. There are lots of organic marketers out there, like and they all teach the same thing. There's nothing revolutionary or different. And even what we're talking about here, like, everybody's talking about personal branding. But Chris and I have this kind of personal branding where we're having fun with it, guerrilla rock, like, let's just like get boots on the ground. But like, somebody else is going to talk about it in a different way. And they're going to bring their personality to it. And if you aren't bringing your personality to it, then you're not going to attract the people who want to do business with somebody like that.
Right. 100%. And there's all kinds of ways to do it. And how personal you want to get and what you want to share is entirely up to you. The point is that at least you're doing it and it's you and it's authentic and it's real. Like, we say all the time, like, your story, this is one of the coolest things. In the words, your story. It's yours. You get to own it. No one else has got your story but you. Your set of experiences. Like, Lorri and I could be at the exact same event, the exact same everything, but Lori's experience is going to be different from my experience. Why? Because we're two different people. And whatever she experienced is part of her story, and whatever I experience is part of my story. But now it's part of our journey, and that's something we get to share and talk about in whatever way we want to. And so everything that you've done to this point, everything, think about it. Your journey from childhood to today, how you got to where you were, what schools you went to, how you studied, how you create, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, but it's yours and you get to own it and you get to use it. And there is so much power in owning that and leaning into that and sharing with others. That's what's going to cut through, even if it's just the normal day-to-day stuff. Like, if you got pets, like, was there something funny that happened with your pets or interesting or something with your children? Like, kids are great. Like, what did your kid ask you? Like, kids have the best questions that they ask you that turn into like great content because it's just real, like,
I shared that video of
you
Scout
do it all the time,
and that blew up. And of course, I mean, it was actually business related with Scout, but like, people resonated with her and with what's going on. I will say, because you said, what do you share? You have to be okay with, if you're sharing something personal, and I would say stay personal. Don't go private.
Don't go private. Big difference.
What that line is, though, is up to you. But you have to be okay then with somebody not being okay with it either. So that is own it, the line. I will say, like, you can take bad stuff that's happening to you. And I don't want to promote toxic positivity. Like, that's we're not like, oh, everything is hunky dory. But you can say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm struggling today. Who else is? What's your go-to caffeine, or what's your go-to when you're feeling lonely as an entrepreneur? Like, don't just air the bad,
right?
But use it as a way to find more people who are in your tribe, kind of a thing.
No, it's a
not
great
in a manipulative way, but be like, who's struggling today? Because I am on my 3rd can of Celsius caffeinated sparkling water. What's your favorite flavor or go-to of caffeine? We got this. We're in this together.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but that's 100% true. I mean, I can tell you how many times I've been like, guys, how many people have gone for that extra cup of coffee today? Like, I'm 3 cups. 4 is like, but you know what? Today was a 4 cup of coffee kind of day. Like, today was the morning that I needed that 4th extra cup. Like, does anybody else feeling like that? Like, those things are completely like okay for you to do, like, whatever it is. Like, Lorri and I are not here to tell you like what to do or how to do it. We're just saying that it's 100% okay. Well, maybe Lorri is, but we're just like, lean into it and let go and try things. You don't have to go all in on the biggest moment, or just try little things here and there that get you to the point of feeling more comfortable and opening up and sharing, and
Yeah.
try those things, like, and whatever it is that relates to you and your core values as a person, as a business person, because they go hand in hand. Like, make those things part of like what you're talking about, what you're posting about, whether it's pictures, audio, video, questions, I don't know, whatever it is. Like for me, everybody knows that I'm, the Star Wars fanatic who loves rock and metal and punk and hardcore, but I wear it on my sleeve, but it's part of it. But I'm also, I've been in business for a long time. I used to own a video production company. I have a creative background. Like, that's my thing, like that's my thing. And but I lean into, and it was a time when I didn't. It was a very long time ago, but when I did, and I felt like completely free now to like do these things, and it has created so many conversations and opportunities for me because of that.
Yeah.
That's
I
just being who I am.
I can guarantee that the hobby that you love does somehow relate to the business you do, and there are lessons that you learn from both. I would say that maybe it's kind of maybe our hobbies are easy with the band and the endurance running and relating to marketing, and then how I relate the endurance running to entre. But that's again a challenge, is like, here's my hobby, how do I relate that to business? I guarantee that how you do that hobby helps you show up to business in a certain way, and vice versa. And it can be related and brought into, because again, we're multifaceted human beings. We have all different strengths and weaknesses, and they all play together.
Yeah.
And how we show up to do business with people.
Yeah. I mean, let's break it down. I mean, do you garden? Do you cook? Do you bake? Do you watch a lot of TV? Do you watch Netflix? Do you watch movies? Do you like sports? You don't even have to play sports. Do you like sports? Do you like listening to the radio? Do you like listening to records, reading books? I mean, what else are you doing outside of your work, your day in and day in work, that you enjoy doing? Is it hanging out with your kids, taking your dog for a walk? I mean, all those things are things that other human beings can relate to.
Yep.
And those are things that you can talk about outside of what you do day in and day out for work, that then you can relate to work within your network. Like, there's a through line through all that. And it could literally just be as easy as, hey, you know what? Today was a day I decided, it was a beautiful day. I just decided for my lunch break, I was going to sit outside and sit in the sun. Like, that is something you could talk about right now. And I can tell you, a bunch of people would be like way into hearing about that story.
Yeah. There was a little bit of a thread going around that was like, my kid knocked milk off the counter, and this is what taught me about B2B sales. And it actually became kind of like a joke, but the underlying message is that what is happening in our everyday life actually does affect our work. If my kid knocked milk off of the counter, how does it relate to sales? Well, I needed to understand that not everything is going to go my way, and I can't control everything. And so therefore then there's sometimes a mess, but I need to make sure that I am, there and supporting and teaching my kid how to pour better, like it can't, like everything. And maybe that's a stretch, but like everything can be related back to work. If you're gardening, how do you tend to your garden? That means, you are somebody who likes to nurture, and you also have a long-term patience, which is different than some of us, or you use it as a way to decompress after a work day. And so you go out into your garden and you care for the plants and things like that. But I bet that experience is also characteristics and values that you have and strengths that you have that show how you show up in work as well. Detail oriented. You love being out in the sun. And so therefore then, take your meetings outside and have them while you're walking. Like, there's all sorts of different things that we do that do relate to business and how we do business with other people. And they're going to relate to that. So absolutely.
Sorry, I put my mic on mute because all of a sudden it got really noisy here with I got landscapers going on outside because there's somebody's doing leaves outside, which is like right next door. So I'm like, wow, it got really noisy. And the dogs are going wild, and I was trying to text my daughter to make sure the dogs were inside. So it's like it's going wild outside right
Well,
now.
who can relate? Actually, I had the landscapers come yesterday, and I
Yeah.
was on a call, and I was like, and
Yeah,
that was really loud.
and it's really really loud, but
And we've all
it
been
is what it
there.
is.
You
It
know,
is what
again,
it
we're
is.
humans. We're humans
Yeah.
doing business with other humans. And
Right. So talking about being extremely authentic and relatable. There you go, everybody. I'm
I
sure we
think
can
that's
hear
one
it.
thing that while the epidemic was horrible and it caused a lot of damage. I think, and I wish we kind of lost a little bit, but I wish we did go back to, the kids coming into the room and being a part of things. I think there is some connection. I feel like as disconnected as we were, we saw each other um in a more real way, and I do feel like we're starting to slip with that. I think it's kind of lingering, but that's one thing that I would take away from that, is that we showed up on Zoom, with our hair not cut, and and we're in our pajamas, trying to figure out where we, like, in our bedrooms, and so
Yeah.
that, I think that helped us to kind of see each other more as the human side of
Absolutely.
life.
Yeah. No, and it's true. Yeah, and I think maybe some of it has gone the way a little bit, but it's still there. I mean, this is all happening because of that. Like in the
Yeah.
past, when I was at a video production company, I wouldn't have probably done it like this. It would have been super like high tech and lighting and a set and all that. And now I'm like, yeah, I'm upstairs in my office with a bookcase loaded with a bunch of crap behind me and some guitars, and here I go with landscapers.
And we don't show what
going
it looks
on.
like off camera.
No, you don't want to see what's beyond this frame, because it's a mess, guys. It's a mess. Total mess, total disaster. Keep it here in the box, in the box.
Yeah.
But
So I want to give an action item to everyone.
Action item.
Yes, to write down all of your hobbies and the characteristics that you see come from those hobbies. And then you can start just like, that's, hobbies, the characteristics, and then on the next column, write down how that shows up in how you do business. And that is going to help you to start build that personal brand of who you are, how you show up. And I promise that the more that you show your face in a figurative and literal kind of a sense, the more that people are going to be drawn to you. I was starting to share selfies on LinkedIn, and there was a squad called the LinkedIn Lunatics. And you knew you arrived when you ended up in, they were actually on Reddit. There's a Reddit thread called LinkedIn Lunatics, and they do grab posts and things from LinkedIn that are completely ridiculous. And then there's an unhinged comment fest about whether or not that should be on LinkedIn. It's like, come on, guys, do you really not have anything better to do? But when you arrive on LinkedIn Lunatics, that means that you are doing something well. Because then you know that you're showing up in a personal way, and the people who are LinkedIn Lunatics, they're the LinkedIn police, and they want to keep it strictly business. And they just so share that selfie of yourself. Share the face. Oh, you're still muted, Chris.
Yep, I'm still muted because I'm trying to catch but yeah, I agree. I mean, share that selfie. I mean, listen, honestly, guys, take it one. If it's something that you're overthinking, I'd say don't overthink it. But take the first step. Do it. Share a selfie. Share something like that. Easy. And talk about it. What was happening when you took that selfie? What was it like to take that selfie? Just talk about it. Even if it's you don't like to take selfies, or how about talking about the first time you just now posted something like this on LinkedIn? How did that make you feel? Talk about that. That's great content. This is the first time I've ever posted a selfie like this on LinkedIn, and was my hesitation. Talk about that experience, because I'm going to tell you there's so many other people who feel that same way, and you're going to instantly become relatable to them because you're sharing an experience that, while it's unique to you, you're having a similar experience. And so all I would say is give it a try. The worst that's going to happen is you could delete it. I mean, or actually the worst that's going to happen is someone's going to like it and they're going to comment on it, or no one may comment on it, but that's okay, because it's not always about that. It's about just taking that first step and doing those things. And like, listen, follow me, follow Lorri. We are here for you guys. We are here. Like, we're here to help you within this group. Tag us. We'll comment. We want to celebrate you, you know, like have fun inside this group too. Like, these are all the things we want you guys to do. These things, we're here to help you, and just do it. You know, stop thinking about it, man. Just do it. It's okay.
It's not
it's
have to be perfect. The leaf blower can be
No.
in the background.
The leaf blower can be loud in the background. The dogs can be going crazy. I could be getting texts from my daughter. This is real life, guys. This is what happens on live streams. It's not all perfect, but it's all good. And we're still showing up here and hanging out with you guys and you know, trying to drop some good knowledge on you that hopefully you can use. And I love Lori's challenge. Do that. Honestly, if there's anything that you could talk about confidently and have fun talking about for 5 minutes, that's something that you should be posting content about, whatever that is. Because somebody else out there is just as interested in that as you are.
Absolutely.
They really are.
Find your people.
Yeah, if you make...
You're not going to find them if you don't talk about what you like.
Right.
Or you're going to find a lot of people that you don't actually really like.
If you do RC cars, talk about it. If you do Girl Scouts or Cub Scouts, talk about it. If you build model ships inside of bottles, talk about it. Whatever it is. There's somebody else that does that, likes hearing that content, wants to share it in somebody else with that. So all right, guys, that wraps it up. Lorri, any final words for our people on Fired Up Friday?
I think really it's just, it is a matter of just letting go the inhibitions. It's a mindset for yourself. Stop critiquing yourself. Just show up, you know. And if you need that support, again, tag Chris and I, because again, we're showing up, we're imperfect, and it's actually people are commenting on how they like us just showing up as we are, and it builds that trust. So just take that selfie and send it. Yeah,
just do it. Absolutely do it. And you know what? If you guys want to practice here in our group, go ahead, do it. Practice it. Practice in the Creative Marketing Corner. Post it on the comments under this video, or just post in the group and practice that. And then let's move it to LinkedIn. But you use this space as a place to practice that content. We're here to help you. The whole community is here to help you out. So just do it. And with all that being said, make sure you guys, once again, you remember Bootstrap Boot Camp starts December 2nd. If you'd like to be part of it and you want more information about it, please hit up Lorri and I. We did drop the link to our PDF in the comments. We'll be talking about more inside the group. If you'd like to become part of our free marketing group here, also DM us and we will get you the link so that way you can join and hang out with us here on Fired Up Fridays and post selfies of yourself in our group and try out content, because we are here for you guys. So
absolutely.
All right, with all that being said, we'll see you guys next Friday for another Fired Up Friday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Let's go. As Lorri says, you got this.
You got this.
Woo! See you guys.